We're just going to keep believing. We have one more game to our season. Our team was just thrilled that we get to spend 2 more days together.
Iowa Hawkeyes are going to the national championship game. This is real.
Why not win one more? That's what we're here to do, is win another basketball game.
And just believe in yourselves. Have no doubt at all. We know we believe in everyone to the left and to our right. So let's just go out there, have fun, be us.
Not many gave him a chance, but the ones in that locker room certainly felt it.
Be who we are and be who we've been all year long.
Here we go. Bars the get-ahead right in the lap of Warnock for 2. Kate Martin will fire and hit. A deep one. You bet. Caitlin Court.
We didn't come this far just to play in the national championship game. We're here to win it.
There is no reason why you shouldn't be taking down that championship net on Sunday. There is no reason.
The Hawks and LSU Sunday afternoon for the national championship.
Did you ever How? The Iowa Hawkeyes are going to the national championship game.
I'm from Louisiana. 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 We call it that boom. I'm from Louisiana. 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 We call it that boom.
Cincinnati, Ohio, number 24, Gabby Marshall.
And much like Iowa did against South Carolina, starting off in a triangle in 2.
Body feel good. We actually, we play tonight. I'm actually about to go get on the bus for the game, but I think we got like 5 games left. Then we really get to the fun stuff.
Chris, what's your favorite NCAA moment? You played 2 years at Wake Forest. Your second year, you guys balled out, top 5 in the country. What do those moments feel like when you look back on games like this, or you'll watch UConn win tomorrow? Like, what feelings do you get?
He said, watch UConn win tomorrow. I heard that, DT. It's crazy. I got to the Sweet 16 my second year. Then we lost to West Virginia and Pitts-Noggle, Mike Gansey. Some bullshit. I still ain't got over that, to tell you the truth.
That's a good team.
Whatever. It's no intensity like the NCAA tournament. Like when the kid hit the shot yesterday to win the game, like if you didn't play in the NCAA tournament, you feel that emotion. You watch it. That's why the games are so big.
Right. I mean, the fact that we're sitting here, and I bet all of us right now, you just talked about West Virginia. I'm going to assume it's losing to Notre Dame in the semis. Same for me. It's like those are the games you remember. Those epic, terrible losses in the NCAA tournament.
Well,
never.
They talk about March Madness. It's March Sadness for a lot of people, too.
It's very creepy.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
Y'all know when you watch the One Shining Moment video, it's not all the celebrating. It's so emotional because they showing them videos of them teams that lost. And you just work so hard, and then that's it.
It's crazy. Speaking of sadness, we were talking about when KD twisted his ankle in warm-ups. That was also very sad.
Very sad moment.
That's a very sad moment.
Chris, has anything happened to you like that?
Something wrong with the both of y'all. You know what's crazy?
He's our next guest, so I'm trying to see.
Yeah. Let me tell you, man, what's crazy is there's a picture of me when I was a kid. I actually had like a Charles Barkley, 76ers outfit. You know what I mean? Yeah. That was my chubby days.
We all had them.
Baby fat ballers. It all comes back around.
Yeah. No, I was Matt Doherty at the time. Hey, relax. Hey, you better be cool over there. I did go to Carolina basketball camp.
I'm like, there shouldn't be any old jokes. I'm the oldest one here.
I know, I'm like, you're actually the youngest one
coaching there. Yeah, you're actually the youngest one.
Yeah.
Was there? How'd you end up choosing Wake Forest?
Man, it was close to home. It was a great academic school, and I was really close with Coach Skip Prosser.
obviously she's from New York, went to Connecticut. I'm from Cali, went to Connecticut. But like, just seeing a kid like Iowa, like she has the whole state on her back. Like, and you can feel that passion. You play with a different chip on your shoulder.
Y'all saw that video of her family standing in the stands. You know what I mean? Like not cheering or anything like that. I know my family sort of like that because they sort of on that journey with you. You know?
Right.
Man, pass. There she goes.
There she goes.
I feel like, they keep asking, like, how do you stop that? Like, hope she misses.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do? She's at the half court.
The thing people don't talk about when you play for your hometown is the ticket requests.
Oh, yeah.
The ticket request must be insane when you go to a school where you're from. Yeah.
Now they got NIL money so they can afford it.
Iowa needs to hit shots. They need to be a little more finesse in that way.
Yeah.
Although they're grinding right now.
Finessing away.
Yeah. And you know what else makes her so tough is that Caitlin is really good, but y'all know it's a different type of confidence when you can shoot the ball and none of your teammates are like, that's a bad shot, or why are you shooting that? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's different. That's different.
That's a different confidence than when you shoot a three and there's someone in the corner like,
and that's the belief of her teammates, right? Like her teammates like, damn, Caitlin, appreciate you getting us here. You know, we doing our part, you doing your part, but keep shooting. If she missed, they probably like, keep shooting, keep shooting.
Yeah, that was what we talked about with Cheryl Swoops 2 days ago.
Cheryl was like, yeah, I would shoot it 10 times in a row. And they'd be like, keep shooting, Cheryl. And we're like, Cheryl, you're going to shoot regardless.
The goal line with the Diana Taurasi Sue Bird Show. They could read restaurant menus or a phone book out loud, and it would be so entertaining. Except you can't read. What do you do in restaurants? You bring out your flashlight?
I do bring out my flashlight. I do the one cockeyed thing.
Yeah, you do it.
That's where I'm at in my life.
You're the one I really.
Well, I'm trying to get LASIK, and they just keep rejecting me.
I know,
That's the story of my life, right?
So what about when you're done playing? Will you just do it?
Then I'll probably just do it.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, Chris is just the best. You know why? Because he actually watches the game. He knows what he's talking about. Like he's probably following the tournament, you know, the whole time. So
we should have asked him if he thought UConn was going to win in the men's.
Shout out to Chris. Oh my God.
Still going.
This is when, like, if you think
17 points.
If you think one person's going to guard her,
no,
you're mistaken.
That's why I would run people at her. I would run people at her. But yeah, she needs, very quickly, she needs 17 points to break Cheryl Swoops' record.
Oh, and she'll get that in the first half.
The NCAA tournament record for points.
17 more or?
Just 17 points in the game.
Okay, so she needs 8 more, which she'll get.
She'll get. Yeah, like, where's the post play?
Is that not the same play?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Was that the same play?
This is where
Or am I drinking too much?
I don't understand it. No, you need to drink more.
Was that the same play, though?
Yes.
This is when I don't get all that film and analytics and, like, all this film.
You
can't let her come off clean again?
A guard's not going to be able to guard
Now I'm
Caitlin
just
Clark
mad.
by herself when Cezanne's doing handoffs.
I'm just mad
There's a
now.
bug in here.
This is when Angel Reese is just a
I just don't think you want to get into like the scoring back and forth with Iowa. Just don't let the guard score. It's not your. It's who takes the roller.
Who takes the roller?
But it's not you.
It's not you.
Who takes the roller?
I don't know. We're in for a high-scoring game, which I'm excited for. Like,
I think that's entertaining.
But you know, I like what they're both doing right now. Even Iowa having her off ball a lot.
Yeah,
it's giving her different. Yeah, it's giving her different
when you have
options.
the ball and someone can pressure you.
Right.
That's what exhausts you. The minute she caught it, I would be looking to run someone at her. A guard.
I'll say in this Final Four, they've been letting them play.
Senior year, you get in foul trouble.
I know. That's tough.
That is gut-wrenching. And we were talking about it, that her second foul was...
Yeah, that was suspect. You know, see people going after the basketball. Just call it out of bounds and keep it moving. Iowa seems to all be on the same page. And
well, that's what I was saying earlier about buy-in with your coach. I mean, when you're around these teams, I was around Iowa a little bit. With LSU, I haven't been around them personally, but you can just see it on TV. And what they struggled with against South Carolina is having that game plan and really sticking to it. They did it like 80, 90%.
Right.
And it sounds like we've finally got someone Zoom working. So we're now connecting with Charles Barkley, brought to you by AT&T. Chuck, welcome to the show.
Hey, ladies, how y'all doing? I didn't think the kid was going to get the shot off in time. I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, 3, 2. Man, he's got to get this ball up. And the kid made a heck of a shot. It was a great game.
And we have couches here in studio, which is kind of nice. I'm not going to lie about that, Charles. But I feel like that game winner always goes in.
Man, what a great day of basketball it is.
Yeah, absolutely. We're having a very similar experience in this building. The environment's been amazing. Iowa is on, it's like that Cinderella. Even though they're a 2 seed, it feels a little bit like a Cinderella because they're that team.
Well,
all these players are from Iowa.
I don't think you can have Caitlin Clark on your team and be a Cinderella. Her ability to push the ball up the floor, the only man I've ever seen to do that consistently was Jason Kidd. He always kicked the ball way ahead. A lot of point guards, they kind of got a little selfish bone. Well, the first thing I would do, I would push up on her because I want her shooting 2s instead of 3s. Because she's going to win the game shooting 3s, not shooting 2s. So I would push up on her and make her go by me. And the second thing I would do, anytime she came near another player, I would double. And if one of those other girls make a play, I shake their hand after the game and say, good luck. But that's the way I would do it. I push up on her and make her shoot 2s. But anytime she ran a pick and roll, I'm going to double her immediately.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I've been saying that the entire time. Even right now, she's dribbling the ball off the court, chilling. The minute she tried to get into any kind of attack, like right now, number 4, Flauget, run at her. Run at her. Make her pass it. Make those other players playmakers. I feel like anytime you can make players who aren't used to being playmakers and you force them to do that, you're setting yourself up for success.
Those other players playmakers, that's one of the reasons I think he's struggling in the NBA. I would play Caitlin Clark the exact same way. Some other girls will have to make plays. I mean, we knew it was going to be the Olympics. When we got there, we had 5,000 people outside the hotel every day watching us get on the bus. We had thousands of people on the highway when we were driving to the game just holding up signs. And most of them had Michael Magic the Bird, 2 on the side with machine guns. We had a helicopter above the bus. So we did not want to hurt these little kids. They were playing like it was game 7. And we were like joking around. And before we knew it, we were down 20. But when we started turning up a notch, we scored like 20 straight points to get it tied. Chuck called the game. And that's the true story.
Okay, so we actually have, it's funny you say it like that.
Stuelke may be a freshman, but she runs the floor incredibly well. Williams spins in and finishes over Clark, who had to be careful already with 1 foul.
Asia Williams is very capable when she catches the ball, both facing the basket and with her back to it. Good decision there.
Clark, what a feed! And the finish from Martin. A gorgeous lead pass from Caitlin Clark. Here is Smith. Clark backs off. Smith finishes. Smart awareness by LSU on these mismatches in the post. Stuelke makes the catch. Can't wrap it in. Nice job defensively by the Dallas native Smith. Here's Morris into the corner. Carson again. Jasmine Carson delivering huge minutes off the bench for the Tigers. We know she did it on every point of the 4th quarter in the win against South Carolina. Clark, they're going to get Clark for a foul there. And that is her 2nd.
That's the right call. You see her with the left, grabbing, getting around. That is a foul. That is the right call.
So 2 on Clark, who will stay on the floor. Unlike everybody else who has 2, who has headed to the bench. Johnson over to Power. She will fire. And hit from 3. Largest lead of the game. It's 7. Clark looking for an answer. Short. O'Grady is fouled.
Wow, this is an LSU team absolutely on fire. It's already equaled their makes per game average on the season from 3.
5 for 8 in this first half. Clark gets denied, but fouled. Poa fouls Clark, shooting 3.
Aaliyah Boston declaring.
Yes, expected to be the first pick of the draft.
Yes.
As Clark misses the first.
He is having to do a lot, and you wonder if fatigue will play any part for Caitlin Clark down the stretch of this one.
The last 3-point attempt was front rim. That first free throw was front rim. Warnock and Sonato on the bench with 2 fouls. For LSU, they now have 4 players with 2 fouls. Poa, Reese, Morris, and Poole. Poa stays on the floor, as does Clark, who has 2 as well. Looks like Alexis Morris is ready to go back in. She has been a total gamer for the Tigers. Carson. Wow. How about this first half? Jasmine Carson.
Only be so aggressive defensively because of the foul trouble that you're in. Sonato as well.
Sonato back in. Marshall's fouled by Carson. Most points scored in a single NCAA tournament all time. Caitlin Clark has tied Cheryl Swoops' record from 1993, that incredible Texas Tech run. Cheryl was on our colleague LaTrina Robinson's podcast, the Around the Rim podcast.
And worth noting that Cheryl Swoops got all of those points in just 5 games, because that was back in the day when only 48 teams made the tournament and some teams got a bye in the first round.
Sonato in with those 2 fouls, as Rebecca mentioned. Here's Poa, the runner is short, followed up by Johnson. Another chance for Carson. She dumps it down, and Williams lays it in. Big second chance point. Marshall around the Sonato screen. Stolke putting it on the deck, and she traveled. Stolke will check out, and now Warnock in with those 2 fouls as well. So Clark, Sonato, Warnock all in with 2 fouls.
You asked about the defense, Ryan. Iowa in a man-to-man, a little bit closer.
Wow! How about this first half? Jasmine Carson again. She's 3 for 3 from 3. Clark through the lane, got bumped, no call, rebound Johnson. LSU has a 10-point lead here. Carson, you bet! Jasmine Carson electrifying the LSU fans as Marshall lays it in.
She was certainly begging for the basketball the second she got over midcourt.
Poa bounces. Williams can't finish it. Rebound knocked around, and it's going to be a tie-up in Iowa basketball.
Well, Ryan, they're excited for Jasmine Carson because she was 4 of 25 from 3 in March.
And Caitlin Clark, I think, is frustrated with the physicality of LSU here. Might need another look at the extension. Poa getting up into Clark. So 2 offensive fouls called on Clark in this first half. And 3 personals on Clark now. How does Iowa navigate without her? Smith rims out. Sonato the rebound.
I think right now, without Clark on the floor, the best case scenario for Iowa is you tread water.
And a foul here against LSU, but impossible for it not to be with the fouls that have piled up for both teams. Reese has been on the bench the entire second quarter with 2. Here's Johnson. You know, Drea was talking about the struggles of Jasmine Carson, her shooting struggles. In this tournament, she had been 4 for 19 total. Poa knocks down the 3. An absurd display from deep from the LSU bench. Kate Martin kicks. Sonato's face up. Rolls off. Offensive rebound. Warnock gets fouled. An incredibly unexpected shooting performance from LSU. But Kim Mulkey told us yesterday, she said, South Carolina did not shoot it. We will. If they're going to give us space like that, we're going to take it.
And the fearless nature with which they've taken it and had success doing it is what is the surprise.
A 12-point LSU lead. Williams and a travel. Angel Reese and Alexis Morris, who are your 2 stars, have been on the bench the entire second quarter, and your lead has only grown.
Incredible.
Sonano trying to find space. Dumps it out to Davis. Davis to the corner. Still time to operate here for Iowa. Sonano turns and finishes. Iowa faithful trying to spur on this team. Down 10 with Caitlin Clark on the bench with 3 fouls. Carson again. Down 12. 14-second difference game in shot clock. Sonano bounces in traffic. Here comes Johnson off the steal. Flage Johnson serves it in. And Iowa could hold for a final shot. Ten first-half turnovers from the Hawkeyes. Davis hands it off. Martin traveled.
This is a treat. This has been 20 minutes of a treat of a basketball game to watch.
Here's Koa. Koa hands it off. Carson banks it in. My goodness, it's wizardry. The Caitlin Clark and Iowa have a comeback in them. Here's Poole, guarded by Marshall. Morris drags away on the attack. Catch and fire for Johnson. Back iron, no, and Johnson follows it up. Flage Johnson has it knocked away. Sonano got her hands on it first and then control.
Iowa in a 1-3-1 on that possession.
Clark, and it's a 3, little short. Warnock, the offensive rebound, had it stripped and out of bounds. It's going to stay with Iowa.
They want to be a little bit more aggressive here in the second half.
Especially how tight the game's being officiated inside.
Sonano can't finish it. Nice job there from Williams. So a couple of looks that Iowa would sign for on that trip down. Clark from 3, Sonano inside. Neither bear fruit. Reese pops it back to Poole after the trap. Some Ray Guy hang time on that pass. Here's Morris looking to take Marshall. Williams and Reese got jumbled up. Didn't matter. Warnock misfires on the 3.
Good job by Morris, sealing that, dribbling in.
One of the things Alexis Morris talked to us about, how every game presents something different for what her team needs from her, both offensively and defensively. She's been an elite decision maker for the Tigers all season long, and especially in this tournament. Here's Reese. Reese patiently backs in and gets the whistle. Who's it going to be on? It's on Sonano, and it is her third. Reese hits both. Not only have they shot it well from the floor, they have shot it well from the free throw line, 10 of 11. That is not characteristic of them. Clark knocks down a 3 for most points in a single tournament in NCAA history. And she will a comeback for the Hawkeyes. Williams surrounded, goes up, can't finish. Reeves underneath, lost it. Martin has it. And a tie-up will give Iowa possession. If you're Iowa, how do you crawl back into this game?
Well, you got to keep getting stops on that end of the floor, and they've done a fair job of that, but you have to score on all of your possessions, or a great percentage of them.
Sonano looking for some space, able to finish, plus the foul. It's gotten very physical on the interior. This would be the largest comeback in championship game history. The record was 15 points as Johnson travels. Johnson checks out, and Jasmine Carson in for LSU. Why not? Carson off the bench at 21 points in that first half. Warnock, they need it. They have it.
This is what happens when you gamble on the defensive end. Jasmine Carson goes for the steal. Angel Reese just has to step up to stop the ball. What happens? You kick to the three-point shooter, McKenna Warnock, and she knocks it down. LSU has to be careful with their gambling on defense.
Sonano off the rebound. Thank you, Drea. Here's Clark. Marshall alone. Connects. 12-0 run for Iowa. Morris can't get it to go, but the foul from Reese, the best offensive rebounder in the country. Clark behind the back, separates, and hits! Iowa has done a lot of work in a hurry, a 15-2 run in a 3-minute span. Here's Poole barging in, and a foul's called on Warnock, and that will be her fourth.
And yes, she is a very good three-point shooter. Stokey does not have that part of her game.
Poole, Warnock, a key member of an Iowa starting five that is making its 92nd start together tonight. Most in the last 20 years. Poole missed them both. Rebound, Sonano able to grab. Here comes Martin. Shedding Poole. Trying to squeeze it out and could not. Morris. Clark, remember, has three. Had to avoid. Reese can't pop it in. And it'll stay here with LSU.
And it's something Andrea Carter has been saying all season long for LSU. They've been in situations where they get big leads, but do not put their opponents away.
10-point LSU lead. Sonano working the post. Marshall thought about it. On the run, leaning. And a block from Poole. LSU controls. Here come the Tigers. If Iowa were to come back, it'd be the largest in title game history. Morris, nice pocket pass, and Williams on the finish. Clark playing with 3 fouls. Clark separates and knocks down another. A title game record 7-3. 25 for Caitlin Clark. Reese, the spin, the flip, the denial. Martin couldn't get to it, and a travel.
Hand up right there, doesn't matter.
Now Iowa will go smaller here. Molly Davis comes in for Hannah Stuelke. You see the record for Clark. Sonano deep catch, turn, and the finish. 7-point LSU lead. It was 21 earlier in the quarter. Williams face up. It is good. Here is Martin. Getting it over to Marshall. Sonano wants it. Eyes up, finds Davis. Davis into the paint, surrounded, lays it in. 71-64, LSU in front. You see the bench advantage. Morris gets a clean look. Can't hit. Reese on the offensive glass. Sonano finds Marshall. 5 to shoot. Clark will. No. Rebound Martin, and it's knocked out of bounds off of Martin.
The importance of possessions, crashing the glass, offensively, defensively.
It looked like the right call.
Yeah, absolutely did.
Iowa bench just got a warning following that. LSU a +9 on the glass. Dump inside, Reese, and a foul called. If it's Sonano, it is her fourth. And it is number 4 on Monica Sonano.
Great low post positioning by Angel Reese. Getting low, putting her hand up. The weak side defender, Sonano, has to come over.
Was a technical called as well? I think it was. And that on Caitlin Clark, which is also a personal. A crippling possession for Iowa.
Oh, on that.
So not only will LSU get 4 free throw attempts in this possession, but now Iowa's 2 best players pick up their 4th personals on the same possession. Combination of language used by Caitlin Clark and the tossing of the ball is what prompted that call. I think you could think 2 things in that moment, Rebecca. One, you would hope there's a little more leniency given in a moment like that, given the stakes. 2, if you're Caitlin Clark, you probably have to be a little more careful. Tough to stomach at times for both fan bases. An 11-point LSU lead on Iowa with now Sonano and Clark along with Warnock on the bench with 4 fouls. Iowa really struggled at the end of the first half. Big steal here from Davis. An 11-point LSU lead, and then Davis gives it away. Here comes Reese, 2-on-1. Reese misses the layup, and a loose ball foul called on Morris. Caitlin Clark calls Kate Martin the greatest leader she has ever been around. Grew up a diehard Iowa women's basketball fan. 6 to shoot. Martin on the drive, can't lay it in. Williams the rebound, surrounded, 2 seconds left. Poa gets it across, and Reese nearly banked it in. That's how the third quarter will end. Start of the fourth quarter, LSU with 11-point lead. Jasmine Carson, 21 points in the first half. That has been the biggest story for the Tigers. Angel Reese's offensive rebounding in that third quarter as well.
I'd attack her, yes. Go right at Caitlin Clark. Go right at her.
Martin nearly knocks it away. Johnson able to escape. Heads hit the jumper. Huge bucket for the freshman, Flau'jae Johnson. The SEC Freshman of the Year also has a recording deal with Rock Nation. Here's O'Grady. Sonano starts the fourth on the bench with her 4 fouls. Clark pedals away. Dumps it in. O'Grady gets hit on the arm by Williams. The 2023 men's Frozen Four begins Thursday at 5. You're home for all 90 NCAA championships. How about O'Grady? Calmly stepping into both free throws there.
When she first got the ball on that possession, she passed it out. She did not want to take the shot. Got a little more confident when she retouched the ball.
Williams short. Rebound Clark. An opportunity here for Iowa. Here is Martin pushing pace. Martin gets some space and hits the three. No closer. Now it's back down to 8. Morris leaning jumper is good.
Not overpowering with her size, but able to get in there and hit it.
Clark dishes. Warnock in with her 4 fouls. O'Grady bounces. Can't flip it in, but gets the whistle on Williams, and that will be her 4th. As O'Grady misses the first free throws, we check in with Holly.
I sat in the stands and I visualized myself doing well against them. What would it take? And she's been out here defending her you-know-what off against Caitlin Clark, but shining in the moments they need her most.
Working hard, so hard, Holly, on both ends of the floor.
Angel Reese, meanwhile, has set an NCAA record, her 34th double-double, most in Division I history. Here's Morris going to work again in the mid-range. She got it. Warnock can't hit the 3. Rebound batted around. Clark had to be careful. Here comes Morris, dashing, dishing. Williams finishing.
And without question, they are going to need to defend the 3-point line for the rest of this game in particular.
Sonano can't finish it. Got the whistle on Reese. And that will be number 3 on Angel Reese. Sonano, Angel Reese, and Alexis Morris each with 3 as Sonano hits both free throws. Reese wants it. Using the jab step. Reese nuzzles in and finishes with 15 points, 10 rebounds. A 14-point lead for LSU. And Clark's 3 won't count. An offensive foul on Sonano. And she has fouled out. An illegal screen called as Sonano fouls out. And that will be the end of the incredible career for Monica Sonano. So Sonano fouls out. And now Iowa tries to survive without her. Morris has other plans. Lead is back to 16. What a dime from Clark. And Warnock able to finish. And they've only taken 2 in the second half after they hit 9 of 12. Morris gets fouled by Davis. Alexis Morris played for Kim Mulkey at Baylor. Her freshman year was kicked off the team. Came back to Kim Mulkey, this time at LSU. And Mulkey has been what Morris needed, and Morris has been what Mulkey needed. Clark separates and knocks down a 3. LSU with the basketball, leading by 13. Morris working behind Reese. The mid-range is open again for Morris. As Clark lays it in, her first 2-point field goal of the game. Reese facing up. Little hook shot won't go. Knocked around. Williams has it. Williams able to finish. LSU overwhelming Iowa on the interior. Martin gets a clean look. Can't hit. Warnock trying to go up with it. Reese, the initial denial, but then the follow is good. 93-80. LSU in front. And that is going to be a 10-second violation. Clark calling for it. Has it. Morris up in her space. Clark through the lane. Nice delivery, and O'Grady lays it in.
Most important thing for Iowa on this possession will be to box out and not allow a fresh shot clock on an offensive rebound.
Morris into the paint, leaning and hitting. Alexis Morris trying to take LSU to the finish line. Clark turns it over. Not a good decision there from Caitlin Clark. Morris with 3 chasing her. Floats it to Poole. Poole evades the foul. Davis trying to apply it. Cannot. Angel Reese with 4 to shoot. Poole going for the dagger. You bet! Kim Mulkey knows the celebration is imminent. Most points in a championship game. A group of 9 new players less than a minute away from LSU's first ever championship. And Angel Reese knows a ring is coming. The Maryland transfer has thrived at LSU. And basically everybody who has touched the floor today for the Tigers has made a big contribution.
Coming into this game, you would think, all right, LSU to win the championship against Iowa would have to rely on their defense. And their defense was solid, but wow, what an offensive performance.
Martin lets it fly and knocks down the 3. Williams will back it out. Morris will let it fly. Why not? It's been that kind of night for the LSU Tigers. That 3 rims out. LSU has it. Morris has to get it across. Kim Mulkey, in year 2, has orchestrated a turnaround for the ages. LSU has captured its very first national championship. Celebrates with the freshman Flau'jae Johnson. And you could hear Kim Mulkey saying to Caitlin Clark, you're a generational player. All class from Kim Mulkey. What a year for Lisa Bluder. Coming up with the shocking upset of South Carolina in the semis. But it's Kim Mulkey and LSU who prevail this afternoon. 102-85 the final. The Tigers able to end the incredible run from Caitlin Clark in Iowa. 102-85 the final. What a contest in Dallas.